Today, I want to talk to you about warm colors versus cool colors. Don't scroll away. I know for many artists, this is so confusing, and you've watched videos and you've tried to understand it. But stick with me. I'm really going to break this down, give you some helpful hints, and more than anything, really give you permission to see the color the way you see the color. So, first of all, let's talk about why the temperature of our colors is important. As artists, we're really trying to convey a story or a feeling or a scene. So by really hitting on the coolness of some shadows or the warmth of some highlights, we can really help our viewer to see and feel those things that we want them to feel. So it's a good thing for us to start thinking about as we are looking at our reference photos, really starting to pick out pretty early where the warm colors are and where the cool colors are. So in general, we all know that warm colors are the oranges and reds and yellows. Cool colors are generally the purples and the blues and the greens. But the confusing thing comes in when we're talking as artists about the relationship. So a blue could be a warmer blue or a blue that leans toward a warmer color. A red could be a cool color that leans a bit cooler. And I'm going to show you a couple of paint mixes here as I get ready to mix paint for my big water lily piece. I did want to say I'm going to go ahead and put the Shelley Parker Art color wheel in this video for you to download. And I'm going to be doing more videos about this color wheel to explain a little bit more. But for today's purposes, what I really want you to be able to see is that the whole right side of this color wheel in my version are the warmer colors. The left side are the cooler colors. And remember, as I just pointed out, even a cool color could lean warm. So that's really where it becomes confusing. Artists, we're thinking about the colors as they relate to the colors beside them. So let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and turn the camera down to my palette and show you some mixes of some blues. I'm going to show you a blue that leans a little bit warmer, and I'm going to show you a blue that leans a little bit cooler. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a little tip, a little hint that will, I think, help you as you look at your reference photos. So make sure that you stick around for that. Let's go ahead and turn the palette camera on. I have my usual palette here, and I've just zoomed in on it a little bit. So this is the phthalo blue. This is the ultramarine blue. If you print out the color wheel that I just gave you, you will see that the phthalo blue is a blue that leans a little bit more to the green side. So the phthalo blue is closer on that color wheel to green. The ultramarine blue is a blue that is closer on the color wheel to the red. So again, I'm going to do more about that color wheel and explain more. But for today's video, I just want to really talk about how we can shift even a cool color like a blue to be warmer or cooler. So I'm going to take a little bit of the phthalo and pull it down here. I probably don't need that much, but that'll be okay. I'm going to need a bunch of paint for my painting. And I'm going to just pick up a little bit of the Hansa yellow opaque. Any of your true yellows will be good. I'm going to set it off to the side a little bit because I want to manage how much I'm turning this. So you're going to be asking yourself, why is she adding yellow? Isn't yellow a warm color? It is, but it's also going to help this um, blue lean a little bit more to the green side. So it's just going to be warming up our color just a little bit. And when I say just a little bit, that's really important. I really want you to remember as we're making some of these adjustments to our colors, we just need little shifts. Let me go ahead and grab a paintbrush here. And let's just pull a little bit of this color. It's a little bit hard to see. Let's just put a little bit on our paper here so we can get a feel for this color and how it's just leaning a little bit warmer. So let's do the same thing and lean our blue a bit cooler. It's already a cool color, but we can make it even more cool. Pick up a little bit of the phthalo here and a little bit of the quinacridone magenta. And again, I'm just setting it off to the side just a little bit. Let me push my palette up here a little bit, just so I can manage how much I'm adding. Add in a little bit more. So the quinacridone magenta with the blue, of course we know red and blue make purple, and it just makes that color just a bit cooler. I'm going to go ahead and take my paintbrush. I haven't rinsed it out, but I'll get most of the paint out of it and pick up a little bit of this cooler blue that we just mixed. So I hope that you can see just in that little illustration that this blue is warmer and this blue is cooler. So with just little changes, we can really affect that temperature of our paints. When we do that, the colors that we can mix are limitless by just slight alterations, just slightly making a color a little bit warmer with another warm color, or a little cooler with another cool color. And that's why it gets so confusing. Please remember, follow your artist eye. Try the colors out on your piece as you're painting and be thinking, does it need to be a little warmer? Do I need to add maybe a little bit more yellow? Maybe a little bit of red. Experiment. Try some things out. And once you really start to unlock the temperature of your colors, you are really going to be expanding, really going to be improving your art so much. So I promised you a little tip, and I want you to remember with this little tip that it's just a guideline. So there's always exceptions. But in general, when you're looking at your reference pictures, particularly if it's an outdoor or a natural light photograph, in general, your highlights are going to be warmer colors and your shadows are going to be cooler colors. There are always exceptions. You can have a cloudy day or you can have an indoor light. But if you start to think just in those general, Shelley said, if it's a highlight, it's generally warmer. And if it's a shadow, it's generally cooler. I'll take that tip just a little bit further and talk about water because I'm getting ready to paint the big water lily piece. In water, deeper water is generally cooler and shallower water is generally warmer. So again, as artists, we can really convey that feeling of depth in water by remembering those temperatures. So I hope that you liked this video. I hope that that helped you. Please be watching for some more videos. I'm going to be really diving into this color wheel and explaining a lot about our regular Shelley Parker art colors. As you know, if you follow my videos, I use a very limited palette. And by studying the colors a little bit, we can really unlock so much in our paintings and make it simpler for us as we set down to paint. So please hit the subscribe button. It really helps my channel so much. Hit the thumbs up for me and be sure to leave me a comment. I'd love to hear if you have any questions about warm colors versus cool colors. But remember, most of all, trust your eye. Don't get locked into rules and a debate about what's warmer or cooler. If you're already thinking about wanting to make a paint color that you're using warmer or wanting to make it a little bit cooler, you're already on the right track. I'll see you in the next video.